Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Freaky Fast Broadcasting on this wonderful Wednesday as we have the Underdog Racing League taking on the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Magic Mile itself, for 110 laps here tonight, live on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So, thank you for tuning in as always, and we're happy to bring you the action here, always live from iRacing. And we're going to make sure to give a shout out to our sponsors out there that make all this happen. And tonight we want to make sure to give ButtKicker, Feel What You've Been Missing, a special shout out. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving to physical mass instead of only air, the Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful base response, and it's all perfectly synced with every game with no additional software required. So make sure to go check out ButtKicker and check out what products they have in store for you there at buttkicker.com. And you can also use Freaky Fast 20 to get 20% off of any purchase on their website. So make sure you go check out ButtKicker and feel what you have been missing. And also, if you haven't checked out the Freaky Fast Facebook page, remember that's Freaky Fast. That's Freaky with two E's. And you go our Facebook page there, and you can find a giveaway at the moment for this month where we are giving away a ButtKicker LFE whole system to you. So go out there, check that out, enter yourself into that, and you never know, you can win yourself a prize here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, sponsored by ButtKicker. So we gotta make sure to shout out ButtKicker for letting us be able to do this here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But what a night we have in store for you here on the racetrack, as these gentlemen are on track now for qualifying. A 5-minute qualifier, as 2 minutes is about elapsed now. We'll let you know what's going on here. Remember, I'm Zach Hall up in the booth, and we got a special guest joining us here tonight. The guy I learned to do all this with, the very first person I started learning commentary with. And I'm proud to announce that Brian Johnson will be up in the booth with us tonight. And also, we'll have Robert Moyer Jr. up here running the cameras and giving us those beautiful shots, as always, here at the Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But, Brian, how you feeling tonight, buddy? How's it feel to be back in the booth? And, let us know what you're feeling.
Well, howdy, fellers. Yeah, it's been a little bit. It feels good to be back. I took a little break doing some sprint car stuff and got that in motion, and I had a night, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna broadcast these guys. This truck's in New Hampshire, like the trucks, like New Hampshire, so why not?
Yeah, it's definitely right, buddy. We are glad to have you back up here at the booth, and it's going to be a special night for everybody out there tuning in. Trust me, this is a guy you want to hear knowledge from when it comes to race cars and just racing in general. This is right here, man, is an alien, as we would say in the iRacing community. So we'll get some great knowledge and learning thoughts from him. But right now, we're in qualifying. Looks like Jason Finsler is going to put himself so far on top of the board with a 30-35. What a great time there over James Loveland too, to put himself about a half a tenth out. Brian, what are the keys here at New Hampshire tonight? How are these guys going to get a quick lap, and what's the difference between a quick lap and a race lap technically?
Well, first off, with New Hampshire, of course, it's flat and it's no banking, so very little room for mistakes. You have to be very accurate with your line, and maybe not so much in these trucks, but it will come into play maybe on some older tires. But you got to be really careful about how you put the throttle down on exit. That's going to be, that's what gives you the speed down the straight. So you have to hit the exit of the corner if you want to be fast here, especially on a qualifying lap. I think Jason Finsler definitely he hit that line right and got that throttle application down right, and that's why he's running almost a tenth quicker in qualifying compared to everybody else.
Yeah, putting the power down is the name of the game here at New Hampshire, and like you said, very critical to do that. So we'll have to see how that all works out as the race goes on. And during the race, these guys are going to have to think about that a lot more, because those tires can become very deadly as the run goes on, as you start to light those rear tires up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, especially once those tires get worn, those rears are going to want to spin. But you also got to be careful about your right front too. That right front, if you're sending it in too deep and having to put a little bit more wheel into it than you probably should, then that right front is going to heat up in a hurry. And on these V7 tires, this tire model, once you get that thing hot, it does not cool off. So you're better off just trying to keep it as cool as possible. Use as little as wheel as possible. Use the throttle and the brake to turn in the corner.
Looks like we got about less than 10 seconds to go here in qualifying left for the Underdog Racing League. I believe the only car not to have taken the track yet is the 20 of Carl Kooks, as I do not believe he is actually in the server at the moment. Actually, no, he is signed up, so we may see him attempt a lap, but not going to be enough time for him as qualifying has come to an end. It looks like Jason Finsler will hold on to that pole here tonight in the 5 machine. He showed a lot of speed throughout this whole season and already got himself a win. He's put himself back up on the pole, and we'll have to see how it all shakes out from here. But now we'll go ahead and pull up our starting grid here for tonight's race at the Magic Mile here in New Hampshire. Jason Finsler going to start from that pole position. Second's going to go to the 56 of James Loveland. Third is Nate Morrison at 22 machine. Fourth's going to go to Ian Baker. Fifth is Trevor Earhart. Sixth is going to be Sean Huffstutler. Seventh is going to go to Dylan Walterman. Eighth, John Magner. Ninth is going to be Kevin Orlando Jr., followed by Mike Aiello Jr. in the 10th position. 11th position is going to go to Nick Alves in a 24. 12th is going to be Tony Bard in that 13 machine. 13th position is going to go to Jake Williams. 14th is the 33 of Justin Stunnard. 15th position will go to Dennis Steele. 17th will go to Matt Job in the 89. Or sorry about that. 16th will go to Matt Job in the 89. 17th will go to Christopher Heights. 18th will go to Eddie Wildermuth. 19th will be David Buell. 20th is going to go to Parker Johnston. 21st, Brett Somers. 22nd in the 91 car is Lance Durham. 23rd, Scott Kerberg. And rounding out your field in the 20 car is Carl Kooks in 24th position. And that is our field here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Underdog Racing League as we get ready to roll off a grid here and begin tonight's race. You know, Brian, this place can have a lot of different lines. You have multiple lines you can work. What are the keys tonight? Where do you think that line's going to be, and how far is it going to move up, and how do you make the bottom work for a pass?
Oof, man. Well, that's the thing. Is New Hampshire's pretty tough to pass on when while you do have maybe about 2.5 lanes to work with, you need that drive off to complete a pass. And when you're battling with somebody, I feel like the guy on the outside is going to have that upper edge. So you can, like I say, you got about 2.5 lanes width worth near the bottom. You don't run that completely inside lane because there's less banking on there, but you can kind of get your left front on it, and especially in 3 and 4, kind of de-wedge the car, maybe get it a little bit loose. In these trucks, I don't know if that would be a thing that we're going to see, but you've got two options. You can either kind of diamond the corner, start low in the second lane and kind of let it drift up a little in the middle and then bring it back down and then let it come out to the wall on exit, or you can kind of do an arc like we see on 1.5 miles, but just kind of like a more shallower version where you come in at the top of the second lane, or I guess third lane, and then kind of come down to the middle and the center of the corner and then come back out. So different lines wear the tires differently and with different driving styles, and we are about to see what's going to go down.
Yes, we are. Pace truck is in this time. Jason Filler going to lead us to the green flag. There it is, green flag in the air, and we will begin tonight's 110 lap event here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. One lap in the books here at the Underdog Racing League here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. But I tell you what, the sights and sounds are beautiful here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. You see the field fanning out, trying to get single file at the moment and get any passes they can get done as Jason Finsler starting to stretch his legs from the lead.
Yeah, New Hampshire, very similar to, as we got the 22 spinning around. Nate Morris there in turn 3.
Yes, we do. Unfortunate early yellow here for bringing out our first caution of the evening. Looks like a little contact between the 22 of Nate Morris and possibly the 25 of Trevor Earhart there, as we'll have to see exactly what happened here on the track, because early caution down to 3 and 4. Here's the freaking fast replay. We're going to see the 25 of Trevor Earhart here all over the back bumper of this 22, and Nate Morris drives it into the underside of him. It just gets into that left rear quarter panel, sending that 22 up and into that wall. Man, early contact and heavy damage so far for these guys. Trevor Earhart actually going to have to definitely use a fast repair with engine damage here early.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Two guys going for the same strip of pavement, and especially when you've got this narrow lane here at New Hampshire, you're going to want to be fighting for every inch.
You definitely are, and Trevor are already elected to use that fast repair mirror. One fast repair here at the Underdog Racing League, so that one's already out the books for him. One lap complete. That's unfortunate. Also, these guys got to really think about this. This is something that happened last week at Bristol. After 10 X's, you do have a drive through, and then after every 5 after that. So you cannot be getting a lot of X's out here, or you will be having a drive-through penalty sometime during this race. So you definitely got to be careful at the short track style racing here.
What I really like that, you gotta set your standards high. Uh, so that's good. But yeah, definitely gotta be careful, especially if you get involved in a incident early like this. But I guess I'll point this out too while we got the time and we're talking about the track a little bit. Is one thing I noticed by a couple guys on the start of the race right there is, and that I forgot to mention, was that uh, with these lanes, you gotta stay in them. If you drift up just a little bit too high, then your truck's gonna just want to go towards the wall. So very, very important to stay in the line. If you overshoot it by just, half a foot, then that corner is ruined. So definitely gotta. It's kind of like walking a new puppy, but the puppy's like a Rottweiler, and he weighs about 80 pounds, and he doesn't really know how to walk on a leash yet. So you just gotta hold on and make sure you you know, keep him a little bit tame as possible. But it can be tough to do.
That's a great way to describe it. Oh man, that was a good one. I'm sure you got to give a few people out there giggling about that one. But man, I'll tell you what. We'll see how these guys can do here as we get ready to go back green flag racing here on the racetrack here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're gonna have 5 laps in the books here as we got our first caution on lap 1. Looks like Jason Findler is still the leader with James Loveland on this front row. These are past winners on this front row here throughout this season. We'll have to see if they can bring home another trophy as the pace truck's going to pull in this time here. We're going to go back green flag racing. There it is, green flag back in the air. Another great start from the 5 of Jason Finsler. James Loveland doing a great job on that outside lane, trying to get down in front of that 88 of Ian Baker.
Oh, we got one spinning.
We do. I believe that is the 74 of Mike Aiello Jr. After a good run last week at Bristol, top 3 finish. Looks like he is going to be involved in an early caution here on lap number 6. And personally, that just looked like a slight contact there from the 13 of Tony Bart here as we'll go back on the replay. And you're going to see they're going to go down into 1 in here. And it's just going to be a little bit of contact to the door between the 13 and the 74. And that's going to send the 74 bouncing up the racetrack loose and unable to save it here and going to almost back this thing into the wall. But I think he does a good job of actually keeping it pretty much out of the wall other than a little bit of contact to that left rear.
Yeah, here at New Hampshire, that left rear damage shouldn't do much for you as far as taking away speed. You may see it show up in some long run tire wear, but he should be all right to run with that for a little bit.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine with that damage there at the moment, but we're under our second caution this year. I mean, this track is tricky. And like you said, Brian, you got to keep yourself in your lane. And, the lanes kind of converge here. That's what's weird. You got the inside lane, the flattest part. The second lane is a little bit more banked, and then that third lane's even more banked. So it's kind of like 3 different lines. And if you overshoot one of the bottom lines, you can easily slide up into that second or third lane and be causing some issues for a person that really can't see you down below them.
No, and it's funny that you say that every lane, it's more banked, but it's really only 2 or 3 degrees. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not helping you out all that much. So, if you miss the first lane, then you're going into the second lane and probably part of the third lane too, because this track, the corners they never catch you, much like other tracks. So And that's New Hampshire is so unique, and it's unfortunate. I feel like a lot of guys don't like this track, and I think part of it is because of the flat corners, and typically fixed setups are pretty tight in the center, like really tight in the center, and then loose off. So you got that push loose. Nobody really likes to drive push loose, but if when you master it, well, when you get good at it, you really start liking this track.
Oh, it can definitely be an enjoyable track here to put on a good race. And that's what I really like about this short track here is you do have options. You can make the lower groove work just with patience and just hitting your marks right with people still running up in that third lane. It's still able to pass. It is very difficult, but it's kind of like Bristol with that, in my opinion. I mean, even though Bristol's banked, you gotta if you can work someone over on the bottom those tracks, it's just so satisfying when you finally do get that pass done when you pass somebody on the bottom of a track like this.
It's definitely the when you do well at this track, it's one of the most rewarding ones.
At the moment, we got 9 laps in the books here at the Underdog Racing League. 2 early cautions here that we've seen with just small little incidents to bring them out. So unfortunate for these drivers. I'm sure the thing is, the more incidents we have like that, the more these guys I feel like are going to get amped up to get going. And it's almost like you don't get bored, but you get more and more like, man, I want to go and race. I'm tired of taking off, and then the caution's just like it's kind of like letting a racing horse go and then telling the racing horse right as soon as he takes off out the gate, no, we gotta stop now. Just
It,
calm down.
leave the analogies to me. Okay. But you're not wrong. You're
Wow,
not wrong.
he's already calling shots up here. It's his first day back. Wow, this guy.
Well, no, you're definitely right though, especially like early in the race where you're like, "Hey, it's time to go racing," and then oh, it's kind of not, but it is at the same time.
Yeah,
It
definitely is.
it's that adrenaline rush that's flatlined.
Face truck is in. Green flag bag out in the air. The adrenaline is picking up here as they head down to turn one. Jason Finsler, great restart side by side from there on from the second position back.
Blue battle for second here, but Ian Baker is going to take it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Alves back here in the 24 machine. He's on the bottom lane here trying to work over to that 13 of Tony Bard. That's for the 8th and 9th positions right now on this racetrack. As these guys will complete a lap here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway and continue on down. I tell you, the side-by-side racing here, it's really interesting. It really, really is. You see some really weird things. And, in this sim here, we usually see people go up even above that third group sometimes. They'll take it up to really a 3.5 group, I call it.
Yeah, sometimes they'll go up there, and I think especially with this truck, this truck, I believe if I remember correctly, has more downforce than the A car. We know that thing has a lot. I know it's got more than a B car.
Yeah,
but this thing has a ton of downforce, which really helps you. And the other thing is the bed on that truck being kind of flat and long gives you a good space for downforce in the rear.
Yeah, you're seeing, or if you guys venture up here into that upper groove out of the asphalt, that strip of asphalt on the bottom there. So it's definitely interesting. Also getting a little bit of signs you can hear here where these guys are shifting and using that shifting to help these cars get slowed down and trucks get a little bit better run off.
Yeah, it can help you. It kind of, two reasons why I don't like it is that it kind of messes up your entry a little bit. It doesn't tend to be as smooth, and you do burn just a little bit more fuel as well. So that's why I don't like doing it usually. But there's plenty of people who do downshift and have a lot of success with it.
Yeah, if I can remember correctly, I think the last race we did at Hampshire, I believe we did. They were downshifting, and I think the guy who won figured that out first, and a few people caught on after that. But yeah, it's definitely something you see at this racetrack. It's mostly down to the gearing with the fixed setup. we're
Mm.
definitely limiting gear options when we come here a lot of times. So it's it's definitely an interesting compromise. And shifting, like I said, can throw you off, but it definitely does help that center turn and getting that truck slowed down more using that engine braking. As you're seeing a lot of battle back here with the 48 and the 21 of Parker Johnston, Carl Christopher Heights, and Mike Ayala Jr. the 74 as he was involved in the incident trying to get himself back up near the front of this field. He's
Whoa!
going to slide by. Oh, a big slider.
Well, that looked like Knoxville right there.
Yes, he did. He slid it up into 3 or 4. He said, I already got a little damage on the rear end, so we can afford a little more there, I think.
But Jason Fensler continues to just pour it on right now. I mean, he's got a 1.3-second lead. He's been running the fastest times on the track for the past 2-3 laps. He's the championship leader right now as well.
That he is. That he is. He's been very quick. You know, he's really shown a lot of pace. I would say like each and every race. I feel like his finishes don't show exactly where the pace he had because he only has one win, but he could have possibly personally the races we've done so far, and even the one before we did, he could have had up to 3 or 4 wins personally through his first couple races, and he's just been a really quick driver overall.
You look and see Nick Alves in the 24 trying to figure out a way around Kevin Orlando Jr. in the 27. And then Justin Stunnard in the 33, not too far behind. And it's a battle for 5th place. No, excuse me, 6th place.
Yeah, these 3 right here, running in the 6th, 7th, and 8th positions. Directly ahead of them is last week's winner of Dylan Walterman. And I know you weren't with us here last week, Brian. So at Bristol last week, this 46 man put on a show. We had the 5 of Jason Fensler really be one of the dominant trucks. Then we seen the 22 of Nate Morris be kind of come that dominant truck. And then it pretty much was whoever was the leader was going to have some bad luck or get taken out at some point. So it kept happening. And then the 46 of Dylan Waltzman showed up and he could run the bottom. Better than any truck out there. And he made passes. And that's something we can see here today. Maybe as the run goes on, can this 46 start to make passes like he did on the bottom last week at Bristol?
Look around, got pretty good battle for 9th right now.
Oh, yes, we do.
John Magner, Jake Williams, and Tony Baird. Thinking about putting a 3 wide there for a little bit.
Yeah, the 13 said 15 was up very high. 29 was on the bottom. That 15 or the 13 was thinking maybe I can stick my nose in here. But right now, side by side before the 15 and this 29 going to battle. But looks like the 29 going to make the pass there on John Magner. Now John Magner has Tony Bard there as Tony Bard is going to slide up in front of him with John Magner now sliding back to the 11th position.
Yeah, I think he's seen those guys coming for a couple laps, and he's like, okay, y'all quicker right now. I'm going to let you go, but I might see you later. So you might want to be a little careful with your right front.
I tell you what, we just had a 3 wide moment, too. And we have a wreck in the back here. Oh, no. I believe David Buell's going to be involved in that in the 52, but it's all going to start around this 26 of Eddie Wildermuff. Here, as we can see, that truck's smoking from damage here as we had an incident down here in 3 and 4 to bring out our 3rd caution of this evening here. So we'll go back on the Freaky Fast replay. Check it out. They just got settled for 3 wide out of 2. The 26 going down here in the corner. Oh, and the 91 of Lance Durham really just right into the rear of him. Almost missed the corner. Kind of missed his braking zone and slid up, I think, farther than he wanted to. And got directly into the rear of that 26. And that's going to send him around. And David Buell nowhere to go in the 52. Huge damage on both those trucks. And, that's fast repair for both of them early here.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. But, that's one thing about when you're running that close behind somebody, especially New Hampshire, where you got to use quite a bit of brake, is that if the guy ahead of you brakes even just a little bit more than you anticipate, things like that can happen.
So 24 laps in, we got 3 cautions and some definitely hurt trucks out here through our first couple incidents. I tell you what, these guys, a lot of guys electing not to pit here. We got 5 sets of tires, so 4 sets left in the pits. I'm kinda interested, you know, I possibly would have pit there, Brian, with 4 sets. That's a lot for 110 laps here, in my opinion.
That's a ton of tires for 110 laps. But one other thing you got to think about is the stage coming up. I believe. Let me look it
40.
up real
Yep.
quick. Lap
Yeah.
40. So not too far away,
True.
but got enough laps to maybe do something with that. Especially, I think it was only maybe up to about seventh on back that pitted. So the top six might be sitting ducks right now, having about 20 laps on their tires.
Yeah, here and really looking at the lap times, they took off there at about a 30-60 up front here with Jason Finsler on that last run, and they were getting down to the 31:57. So we were seeing up to upwards of a second of fall off in that first 20 laps of this race. So we could definitely see a few of these guys use those tires to their advantage, especially a few of the guys that were up farther towards the front, like I believe the 94 Sean Huffstutler, who was second in the points coming here. And I believe he was the first truck to elect to come to pit. Actually, James Loveland was. James Loveland and Sean Huffstutler were both the first trucks to elect to come down, and they were both top 5 trucks. We could see if they could use those tires to their advantage. But the big thing, I'm looking at right here is we see this a lot here with the cautions is the pace actually, I would not be surprised if Jason Finsler, when he takes off here again, he'll be a half a second to upwards of 6 to 7 tenths quicker than his last lapping around the racetrack, just due to the cooling phase of these tires. So I think he can still put down some really good lap times here in this truck. Now, as that tire starts to warm back up, he will definitely start to drop back off, and you'll see the newer tires come to advantage. But I don't think they're going to get ran over. I think they'll definitely be fighting them off, but I don't think it's gonna be too big of an issue for these guys as, oh, I thought the pace road was gonna pull off, but I can't see the lights. I'm blind. Somebody needs glasses.
Now we just need brighter lights on that truck.
Yeah, are they hard to see for you? Because like, I swear I can't see
Yeah,
them on there.
I got caught by it earlier. But yeah, I think looking at the lap times, first and second will definitely be okay. I think if they lose a position, that might be a bit of a surprise. Third and fourth stands a pretty good chance as well. They might, if we go green to the end of the stage, um, they might have some people on their back bumper, but they may be okay as well. But like you said, it all depends on the tire temps now.
Yes, it does. We'll have to see how it all shakes out here as we're going to go back. Green flag racing as the pace car truck lights are out. Our pace truck. Whoa, I just called it a pace car truck. So that's a new thing.
That's
Um,
the Chevy SSR
The Chevy
car truck.
SSR, that's right. Yeah, the car truck. Yeah, I remember that thing. Chevy SSR pulls off the racetrack, and we're getting ready to
Green,
go
green,
back. Green
green.
flag races. The green is out, and Jason Finwitzer will lead us back to down to turn one. Gonna have some great battles shaking out as they go down here. As you can see, we're looking at that 74 Michaela Jr. They're working the outside mirror involved in that incident, but there's the 56 94 directly behind him on the new tires. They squeeze it 3 wide here
Mhm.
off of 2. What is going to happen here as they go down the back straightaway?
But fortunately for them, the 94 backed out. He said, "Nah, I want to keep my fast repair right now."
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
that was
seen
a good
Sean.
move.
Yeah, it was a great move. We've seen Sean throughout the season, Brian. Oh no, the 33
Yellow, yellow,
Justice Stunner
yellow.
goes around here.
Mm.
No, that was an unfortunate incident that for a few guys that's going to hurt a few trucks here in the back too. As it happened on that front straightaway right in front of us on the cameras. But we'll have to go back and see exactly how that all happened there between the 24 and the 33 of Justice Stunner and Nick Alves. Here's we go on the freaky fast replay coming down the front straightaway. Here's the 33 of Justice Stunner. Looks like he might have came down a little bit. The 24 was just there. Um, maybe the 33 thought he was going to clear him there. I don't know, but yeah, it just kind of looks he just turned himself off his nose.
Yeah, he
Ooh.
started moving down on the straightaway. I don't know if thought he had more room or if he was going to move down, setting up for the corner. But yeah, about 5, 6 trucks involved in that one.
Yeah, some hurt trucks there in this incident. Looks like Nate Morrison, the 22, after getting involved in an early wreck earlier too, is involved in that one. So unfortunate for a few guys involved in early ones to be involved again. But I tell you what, James Loveland used those tires pretty well to get to fourth there on that restart. So see if he can get up here and win a stage possibly here at lap 40 with those new tires.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm like you. I think pitting right there was a good call. Stage or no stage, I think pitting right there was a good idea.
Yeah, I think the stage makes it better for the guys. Okay, I wouldn't say better, but more better than it could be for the guys that stayed out. Um, I just think, four sets of tires, you have 110 laps here. You're already through, almost 25. You know, that's almost a quarter of the way through. You might as well go ahead and throw a set of tires on the truck. And if anything, they have a few little quick cautions here, then they could stay out here at the stage too, and they'll be even on the set of tires then by then. So it's and there was only 7 or 6 trucks that stayed out, so a lot of these trucks will lose track position that will have to take tires at the stage if that's the way it plays out. So a lot of strategy with stage racing. We'll have to see how it all works out for these drivers. But at the moment, Jason Finsler is still leading this race. Do you think Loveland gets there before the stage ends, Brian's? Because he's going to have, 6, 7 laps to do this thing.
Yeah, he's definitely got the time, and he might have the tires. I definitely, if he can nail every single lap, he might be able to battle for second and possibly first. I think he definitely gets third here, though. I like Dylan Walterman out of that 46 truck. It's looking pretty cool. Won last week, but I think the tires are going to get him this time.
We'll have to see if he can hold off the tires here as the pace truck lights are still on, so we're not going green this time. As I can
I was
see him on
excited
this
for a
time.
second.
I know they got double file, and I thought we were, and I saw the lights flashing, so I was like, "Well, never mind. We are not going to go back racing." And our cameraman's telling me to clean our eyes out. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help it sometimes.
Hey, I mean, we can only see what he shows us, so.
Well, you know what the issue is? I've figured out the issue too. It's when we're on the front straightaway. The sunlight is on the front straightaway, so it makes the lights less
Oh yeah.
visible. When you're on the back straightaway, there's a lot of the dark. It's really dark over on the back straightaway right now, shaded, and you can see the lights perfectly. Like I can see them perfectly, but when you're down in 1 and 2, or on that front straightaway, I could not see them things. As they are off this time, I can't confirm. So we will go back green flag racing. Thank you everybody for tuning in out there. Let us know who you're rooting for. Hit us up in chat, and we would love to have a chat with you as always up here at Freak Fast Broadcasting. So. Well, Brian, we'll see how it all shakes out here before we go back green flag racing here before this stage. And man, I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting to see what these new tires can do here before we go green.
Yeah. I'm rooting for the tires.
Tires.
I like tires.
I like tires too. We're a big fan of tires. Pace truck pulls in this time. Jason Finsler leading us back to the green here with Dylan Waltzman on the bottom lane now up to third. Ian Baker in the second position as we head down to 1. Let's see what the 56 that James Loveland can do as he drives it down into 1 in that 56, trying to work that outer groove here as we ride on board with him. He's got the outside of the 46 going down the back straightaway. It looks like those tires are powering forward, Brian.
Yep, that's definitely a good sign when you can make a pass on the outside. I think Ian Baker, he's got to figure out something here. Going to have 6 laps to go at this line.
I can't wait to see what type of lap times. Yeah, see, look at Jason Finsler on a restart runs a 31.1. He was running 31.5s before that longer green flag run we had there with these same tires. So these things are cooling down. You're seeing a little bit of wiggling out of that 88 here as the 56 is going to go to the inside down the back straightaway and see if he can possibly go put a little pressure. Oh, the 80 up way up the racetrack. That's going to make an easy pass for the 56 of James Loveland.
He just pushed it to the limit right there. That Rottweiler got away from him. So now it's up to James Loveland. Let's see what he can do in 5 laps. Can he pick up that 1 second to Jason Finsler?
Yeah, look at that. Jason Fitzler, 30.69. He ran 900s off his fastest lap of the race just because of that cooling phase of them tires. That just shows you how much a caution can rejuvenate these tires.
Those 94 looking to get around the 88 as well. Sean Huffstutler gonna take third almost.
Oh, we got 3 wide back here. 3 wide with Mike Ello Jr., Kevin Orlando Jr., and the 25 of Trevor Earhart as they go down into one. Earhart in the 25 tries to slide out the racetrack. 74 way up out of the groove. The 27
Oh,
Kevin Orlando Jr. Jake Williams
oh,
behind him spinning with Nick Alves. We're going to have another caution here on lap 37. Oh, no. New
that's
Hampshire
good
is
news
getting the
for
best of some
Loveland.
people. Yeah, that's true. Which this may bring it into the stage. I'm not sure how these guys run that. This could bring it into the stage.
I didn't even think about that.
I would think it would because we're gonna go past 40, but we'll see here as we go back on the Freak Fast replay. You see the 3 wide action in front of the 29 of Jake Williams. Here comes the 24 Nick Alves working that bottom lane, and Nick Alves was on the yellow line. I gotta give him credit there. Maybe could have definitely backed out a bit more, but I think the 29 was reacting to what was in front of him, and it's kind of hard when you get in those situations right there, and you're gonna see the 29 go around, and then I think most guys are going to get by this as the 29 spins down the racetrack. It looks like another car will spin also. Looks like that 24 did spin also, Nick Alvin. So, yeah, multiple trucks involved in that. Looks like we got a lot of cloud coverage out here, Brian, with the way the lighting's changing on this racetrack.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty extreme. When the clouds are over the sun, it's pretty dark, and then this track is pretty reflective in the sunlight. Trying to look to see what is considered partly cloudy. So nothing kind of out of the ordinary, but it definitely does seem visually out of the ordinary.
Well,
I
I can
just
tell you
gotta
one
say
thing.
that 20s truck, that 20 truck, Cracker Barrel,
Yeah,
hadn't been in a while. I could go for some Cracker Barrel.
I could go for some Cracker Barrel too right now. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, and Robert's screaming funnel cake center years now. He's a candy sugar addict. This guy's a sugar addict, I think. And he makes the joke that he's diabetic. So sugar is definitely his friend and his foe. Oh, man, oh man. I tell you what though, this year has been an eventful race so far already through this first stage, Brian. Now stage one's over with. Everybody's pitted. What's interesting too is Dennis still did stay out in the one. I wonder if that counts as a stage one. See, I'm not sure how they consider that here at
From
Underdog Race
what I
League, but
understand, I was reading the rules a little bit before the race. From what I understand is on lap 40, whoever crosses the line, however you cross the line is how it's gonna be. Um,
interesting.
they didn't. I didn't read anything about cautions.
Right.
Um, but yeah, but I'm unsure about that one. But either way, Jason Finsler, whether he's first or second, got himself some valuable stage points, as did everybody else in the top 10.
Yes, they did. Great stage points here for a few drivers, and that's critical. We have a few leagues here on Freaky Fast that we do stages now, and trust me, from having stage racing with the 10 points that you can gain from winning a stage all the way to 1 for finishing 10th, that is very critical. I mean, we've seen it in a playoff series last year where that was kind of not the deciding factor, but at the end of the day, that's how you made those big jumps and points is being consistent throughout the whole entire race.
Yeah, and it's like in football, because we got Super Bowl coming up, so make a football analogy here, but I just gotta say, screw Tom Brady. So defense wins championships, right? Defense wins championships in football. Well, bonus points wins championships in racing. The bonus points are oh so valuable. So stage points, laps led, most laps led. Got to get those. Got to grab them.
Gotta grab him, that's for sure. Pace trucks in this time. Green flag back in the air, and I think Kevin Harvick, after hearing what you said about bonus points, might be a little bit mad, Brian.
Well, can't make everybody happy.
Yeah, that's
Even Happy
exactly right.
Harvick.
Even Happy Harvick. Here comes the 5 of Jason Finsler trying to work the bottom. Tell you what, Dennis Steele, though, powers out of 2. And look at the 94 of Sean Hustutler. He's going to get to the outside of the 5 here going down the back straightaway.
I tell
Oh,
you
he
what,
missed the corner.
Oh, he did. Kind of stacks him up there. Jason Finsler, oh, he's going to lose 3-4 positions on that deal.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Had such a good run out of 2 for Dennis Steele and was doing really well, but just like seeing right there, just too much.
Got
And
the 46 trying to go around.
Dylan Walterman. I don't think that's going to bring out a yellow. Oh, it will as the 15. I believe John Magner there also involved. Yeah, so that's I believe it's our 5th caution of the season. Actually 6th. So yeah, our 6th caution of this evening. Brought out here on the racetrack. It looks like we'll have to see what that was there happening. As I believe it all started with the 46 of Dylan Walterman, as he was sent spinning around in that 46 team. Here we'll go down here. Looks like they're going down the one. There's Mike Aiello Jr. there in the bottom of the 74. The 13 of Tony Barr, just a little love tap. And I tell you what, the 46, he tried his best here to keep that thing straight. As you see the 27, Kevin Orlando Jr. makes his way, and he just spins down to the road course here. And then you'll from behind that, the 15 of John Magner, as he spun sideways up here to the left of him. And I think that's initially what brought the caution out. So, yeah, 6 cautions in the books here through 44 laps. It's been definitely a tough racetrack we've seen so far with a lot of contact out there.
Yeah, he was in a drift all the way from the entrance of 1 to the exit of 2. Just around the whole thing.
I tell you what, Dylan Walter, he really did a great job. And I'm pretty sure when we were talking to Dylan last week, if I remember correctly, I was interviewing him. He said he does a lot of dirt racing. And I think that might have helped him there. Yeah, because he was able to drift there. And, I think dirt racing skills can, he was actually talking about how he does well in dirt, but he just can't figure this asphalt stuff out yet. But he did amazing at Bristol last week to really move around the racetrack. And I think that's one aspect, dirt racing can really help an asphalt driver is finding, new areas to run that you need to make up time in.
Oh, it definitely, the one thing about trying to find grip, especially on asphalt, maybe not so much in dirt, but especially on asphalt, is if you don't find it quickly, you lose a ton of time. Because there's when you're trying to when you know that there's a better line out there and you're trying to find it, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna find another line that you don't need to run. So it's just trying to be knowledgeable about the track and the track conditions and how the vehicle, the race car feels, to try to clue you in of where that line is, and when you find it, you're good. But definitely, dirt racing helps with that, and especially with a loose truck as well.
It definitely does. And I did not see this earlier, but my camera was covering it up. Thank you, Dylan Reed, out there for the shout out saying, hey, Freaky Fast. Hope you're doing good, Dylan Reed. He runs in one of our other leagues here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. A very quick driver, let's say. And thank you for tuning in, buddy. I hope your day's going good. Anybody else out there tuning in? Hit us up in chat. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Any comments, concerns, criticisms, positive stuff. Anything. We'll take anything out there. Remember, like I said earlier in the beginning of the broadcast, go check out on our Freaky Fast Facebook page that we have a giveaway going on for a ButtKicker LFE. So remember to go check out Freaky Fast Broadcasting on Facebook. Remember, that's Freaky with 2 E's, I must say. So 2 E's there and Freaky, and then we'll be there, and you can enter that, and you can put yourself in a giveaway to win yourself some pretty cool sim racing, or even just, immersion equipment. That's what I would call it, immersion equipment.
I like that. But you asked them about criticisms, and so now they're going to be putting in the chat, like, who's this Brian guy? He's terrible.
Yeah, I think they're gonna say we need to hear less of the Zach guy and more of the Brian guy. That's what I would prefer probably say, but we'll have to see. We'll see. Let us know, Zach or Brian out there. Which one do you prefer?
Right
I'm
now,
cool
it's
with either.
lights out.
It is
Green,
lights out
green,
the pace truck.
green.
We're going back green. Jason Finsler will lead us down to turn one. Looks like Sean Hustetler, decent restart, but James Loveland able to make that bottom work a little bit to see if he can go to the inside. Ian Baker trying to get to his outside in the 88. As we go through 1 and 2, it's side by side, really on back to the 20th position.
Trying to get the field sorted out. Unfortunately, it looks like Dennis Steele is going to lose a few more positions there as looks like 74 a Mike there trying to get around him. Not quite 7. Going to dip down underneath Brett Summers. Going to try to take away, I believe that's 6th place.
Yeah, it's for the 6th position between him and Dennis Steele. Oh, a little contact from the 74 to the 7's rear end. 7 keeps it straight up. Brett Somers as they go down the back straightaway here is Michaela Jr. working that outside groove. That's probably the preferred groove to be in, as he's actually going to drive around him here and push himself up to that 6th position in that 74.
Absolutely. Looks like 27. Kevin Orlando gets around the 1 there, and now we got the 21 coming as well.
Looks like we got some people on the YouTube chat rooting on Trevor Earhart too. See him try to come through the field in that 25 machine at the moment. Trevor Earhart right now running. I can't get my screen right. Trevor Earhart there is running, I believe, in the 5th position right now. So he's up to 5th after he started 5th, and he was involved in an incident. So he's got himself back up into position now in that 25 to see if he can go forward right now. As he's got Ian Baker, but I tell you what, he's got the 74 Michael Ella Jr. behind him, who is actually caught up to the back bumper.
Yeah, and I gotta say, last time by, Mike was he was the fastest truck on the track. Ran a 30.78. Our leader, Jason Finsler, ran a 30.86.
Tell you what, yeah, we seen Mike Ella Jr. last week at Bristol. We watched the 74. He had a slow start to his race, but man, once he got the rolling, he was one of the quicker trucks on the racetrack. And he even said in the interview last week when I talked to him, he said he felt like this track here would be a track that really suited that 74 truck when we came here to New Hampshire.
Yeah, ran about a 10th quicker than Earhart last time by. Our leader did put down about a really nice lap there of a 30.60. That's best of the race. As battle for 5th will commence shortly. And you can see 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th right there, all together.
Yeah, all those drivers all together. Jason Finsler definitely started to drive away, but from Sean Hustetler, James Loveland, Ian Baker, you got Trevor Earhart now as Mike Ella Jr. They're going to go to the inside off of 4. Don't think that's going to work for them as they come down the front straightaway. 25 is going to clear them.
And you can see Mike, he kind of has a bit of an unusual line compared to everybody else. He's really committed to really sending it on the entrance and then kind of being easy in the middle and exit. Typically, we like to see you slow in, fast out, but he's making that opposite way of doing things work.
Yeah, and he's running a little lower too, which I personally kind of prefer here. If you can get used to running lower, it makes it easier when you pass, in my opinion. If that could be if your preferred groove is lower than the guy in front of you, it's going to be easier to pass that guy when you get to the inside.
It's 88 there. Ian Baker had a little bit of trouble there in 1 and 2. He gathers it back up in 2. That's one thing. If you slide up a little bit on the entrance of the corner and you're a little wide in the middle, you can still have a great run off and have a ton of momentum going down the straight.
Right now, we got a driver working his way through the field of the 22 and Nate Morris. Just like he's trying to look over Brett Somers for that 8th and 9th position. Remember, he started in 3rd, got involved in an incident in that 22 machine. Right now, going to the inside of that 7 of Brett Somers, trying to make that work, and doesn't. It's been tough. He's been side by side with the 7 of Brett Somers for a while now, for that 22 and Nate Morris.
Yeah, Brett Summers is our biggest mover of the race right now, up 12 positions. Currently ninth, started 21st. So good for him.
Yeah, looks like Nate Morse will finally get by Brett Somers and move himself up directly behind Kevin Orlando Jr., who we're looking at right now in that seventh position. Oh, as the 7 gets into a wall back there behind the 22. Hard lick for Brett Somers into that outside wall. And that's going to definitely hurt his truck, as he's been, like you said, our biggest mover of this race.
Yeah, got a battle for second right now. James Loveland trying to make something happen on the 94 of Sean Huffstutler. And he's
Ooh,
going to
yes,
make
he
it
is.
work.
Great pass for that second position up front for the 56 of James Loveland now. Here comes Ian Baker trying to stick his nose out down the back straightaway.
Ooh, 94 a little wide. See if he can recover on exit here. He does. Gets that power down. Nice and smooth. But is it going to be enough? 25 took the bottom line. And he's going to have his nose there as they head off into one.
Yeah, this is great battling going on here at this racetrack. Ooh, what's great stuff here. And I tell you what, our top 3 now is 3 of the past 4 winners here at the Underdog Racing League. So those 3 definitely up front know how to get it done, and they've had wins already throughout this season. And right now, a few guys trying to break into that right now is Sean Huffstutler and Trevor Earhart and Mike Ello Jr.
And currently it's our leader with the fastest lap times. Last time by a 31:51. Oh, does that say 51? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
31:51. I was thinking 30:51 for some reason. But yeah, so 10th quicker than second last time by, but the next you got second,
Yellow,
third,
yellow,
and
yellow.
fourth running similar lap times, and you got fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth running similar lap times. So everybody's kind of in their own little group because we got a caution out.
Yes, we do. 7th caution of the evening. It looks like the 22 of Nate Morris is the truck involved with this 7th caution of the evening. As he took an unfortunate turn of events for him down to 3 and 4. So we'll ride here on board with him with the Freaky Fast replay. And you'll see going down to 3 and 4. Oh, just gets in a little too deep, loses that rear. That's going to send him head first to the wall, and that's going to be the second incident of the day for that 22 of Nate Morris. As he was starting to come back through the field, but unfortunate for him, that 22 of Nate, he definitely did not feel that didn't feel good for him, I'm sure. As looks like we got the rest of these trucks hitting pit road.
Yeah, I gotta wonder because he didn't go in there too quick. I gotta wonder if if he cranked too much rear brake bias into it.
Yeah, it definitely didn't seem like he drove, too deep or so. It definitely like he was probably messing with the bias. This is a track where you want as much front turn as possible, and you got to be on the edge of those brakes to keep that front turn throughout the rest of the run. Looks like Jason Fields are going to win the race off pit road over James Loveland and Ian Baker.
Yep, everybody grabbing a full tank of fuel and 4 fresh tires. So some guys will have, let's see what we started out with 4 plus the set we started on. So some guys will have 3 sets of tires, and some guys will have 2.
Yes, I believe some will have 2 and some guys have 3. Exactly.
No,
So,
that's wrong.
why?
Some have 2 and some have 1.
Oh, some will have 1. Yeah, you're right. Hmm.
Because some guys have pitted 3 times, and because this was the second time that Jason's taken tires, and he did
Correct.
not pit before the stage. So yeah, maybe with the way these cautions have laid out, maybe 4 tires wasn't quite enough. Maybe it wasn't
Yeah,
as much as we thought, because we're just past halfway here.
it's very true. Very, very true here. And I tell you what, these guys should be able to go all the way to the end of this race pretty easily. Um, but we've seen cautions, so that could definitely be an issue. And I think that's why Matt Job possibly even stayed out in this 89. He may be trying to save him a set of tires.
Maybe that, or maybe get that ever so precious bonus point for leading a lap.
That's pretty nice to have too. I gotta say. It is Oakland Athletics car. I believe it's Oakland Athletics car. Yeah, it is Ace. Yeah.
So, get a little bit off topic. I brought it up a little bit earlier, but who's your team for the Super Bowl, Zach?
Oh man. um, I'm a big fan of Kermit the Frog, so I like Patrick Mahomes. I don't have a dog in the fight. Let's just say that.
Yes, you do.
As nah, I don't. Yeah, um, I
Absolutely.
I really don't care who wins. I personally, either team wins, I think it's a cool storyline because I think if Patrick Mahomes wins, that's two in a row, kind of the passing of the torch from Tom Brady. I think if Tom Brady wins, I think it's just funny so all the Patriots fans can sit at home and cry, little tears in their eyes, and say, oh, why did we lose Tom Brady? But I don't know. Either way, I'm cool with it. I'm actually can't wait to watch the game. I'm actually going to just enjoy this one as a fan. But Pace Truck's going to pull back in. We'll hear what you guys think about that. But green flag back in the air as Matt Job leads us down the front straightaway here with Jason Finsler going to try to make the pass around the outside. Look at that truck on the
Wow.
new tires. Power move.
And that was a superpower move. That was heroic.
Yeah, that that one was he was confident in that one to stick, I think.
Yeah, that's one thing that you want that bonus point, but this is what it costs right here.
Yeah, Matt Job definitely going backwards at the moment in that 89. Already back to the sixth position. See Kevin Orlando, Mike Ello Jr. behind that, Dylan Walterman, Nick Alves, multiple trucks coming in the picture. Jake Williams. It's I think it's only going to get worse from here for the 89.
Yep. Not going to be good. It needs quick caution is what it needs. But everybody single file, kind of getting to that calm point in the race, I suppose.
You know, Brian, now. Oh, my bad.
I was just gonna say, leader ran the fastest lap of the race again with 30:45. Every restart getting a little quicker. It's got to be the rubber in the corners. This track, the rubber really helps you get some grip.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Also, we have seen the track temp drop from about, I believe it was about 105 when we first started this race, down to 95 now. So definitely seeing a little bit of cooler track temps out here. And like I said, the rubber definitely helping that road adhesion for those tires. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But back to the Super Bowl thing, Brian. Who do you want to win? Let me guess, the Chiefs.
Well, look, I've got two dogs in the fight, okay, and you should have one dog in the fight. Being a Falcons fan, is that me as a Carolina Panthers fan? You can't have another team in the NFC South winning. So Bucks got to go down.
True.
And the Bucks got to go down because Tom Brady just can't waltz into Tampa and take them to the Super Bowl and win it. You can't do that. It's not possible. But unfortunately, he's got a pretty good shot at it. I think it's going to be a great one. I think pretty historic. Besides from the way that this season was and the last year was, the Super Bowl will be pretty cool.
The Super Bowl will be pretty cool.
Old dog, new tricks versus new dog, new tricks. That's bad.
We're gonna leave the analogies to me from now on, okay?
Can't use my own joke.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna copyright that one, okay? It's gonna be mine, and then I'm gonna DMCA you.
Wow.
As we're through 71 laps right now, it's looking like the battles between here is the battle between me and Brian here for analogies, but the battle, real battle.
Got one for 12th.
Yeah, with Matt Joe back here, the 22, and Christopher Heights in the 21.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Great battle though, still. Looks like the 22 and Nate Morris going to make that inside work here. Samir Hughes involved in that last caution. I think he took a fast repair after that too. The trucks looks a little more shaped right for my for my liking, and he's going to try to make that 22 power off the bottom and make the pass on that 21.
Yeah, definitely. That thing's had a little bit of body work done to it.
Yeah, they fixed it up pretty nicely, I must say. They definitely got that thing back to tip-top shape. Looks like Christopher Heights got a little pressure here from that 52 of David Boyle, who was involved in an earlier caution. He's working his way up here to the 14th position, possibly 13th for that 52 of David. So great race so far for him. See if any other battles out here happening on the racetrack at the moment. Looks like John Magner back here in the 15, trying to get a run on Matt Jobe, possibly with Carl Kooks in the Crackle Barrel truck directly behind him too.
Yeah, 52 all over the back end of the 21 of Christopher Heights there. But unfortunately, the thing about it is that I believe him to be just a little bit quicker. But the problem with New Hampshire is you got to be a lot of bit quicker to complete the pass. You know, just being half a tenth quicker a lap isn't going to get the pass done. And he must be listening to me because he's about to get it done.
He got it done there. As you said it, Brian. Literally, he's like, look here, Soda Can Johnson. As we got well, Soda Can Johnson from Brandon Colley. Well, Brandon Colley. How you doing out there, buddy?
That'll be doing pretty good. He's a 24-hour champ now.
Yeah, no, that's what I was actually about to tell him. Congrats on his 24-hour champ. I see smoke in front of us, and that's Dylan Walterman in the 46 last week's winner. Oh no.
Yeah,
So it's going to be our 8th caution. Yeah, he was running really good there, and I think we might have seen a similar case of what happened to Nate Morse there. But yeah, the 46 of Dylan Walterman bringing out this caution. Here's the freaky fast replay as it goes down to 1 and 2. You're going to see him get down into the corner, and that thing just all of a sudden steps out in the rear. And you know, Brian, I need to go listen to this from his onboard, but I'm starting to think that was a shift gone wrong.
Oh yeah, could be. So now I've got well, no, that's my first reason not to downshift, is it messes up your entry.
Oh, yep, that's exactly what it was.
That's downshift gone wrong.
Downshift gone wrong there, and
yeah, you gotta be careful, especially when the tires get hot, a little bit worn, because the truck's naturally gonna want to be looser. Because you typically, or at least with me, I like to have my brake bias pretty low for this track. So as the run goes on, I'll put it a little forward so I don't get loose on entry. But yeah, downshifting really it upsets the rear end of that car or of the truck rather. So.
We got Brandon Colley out in the chat. He said he just realized over the course of the last 3 days, Robert has had the entire 24-hour team on the broadcast for our victory tour. That's true. I actually didn't even think about that. That all 4 of us technically have been on the broadcast.
Oh, did the 88 just beat Jason Finsler out of a pit road?
I think he did. Yeah, he definitely did, Brian. Yeah. And we got Robert up saying, I told you so, but I don't remember told you so. So we'll have to.
What did he tell us?
I'm confused up here in the booth, but we're not confused with this race. I can tell you that much. Looks like, yeah, the 88 did win the race off pit road, but we did have James Loveland and Trevor Earhart stay out because remember James Loveland pitted early, so he could.
Oh yeah,
he didn't want to come use that last set. And Sean Huffstuff were in the 94. He was one of the original cars to pit during that original stop, and that could possibly be the last set of tires there for him.
There's quite a few trucks that stayed out.
Yeah, there was quite a few trucks, huh? Where's
Yeah,
Hugh and Baker
because
actually gonna be?
he's
Eighth?
gonna come out eighth, so 7 trucks stay out here. If on the off chance that this becomes a pretty caution-filled ending to this race, this is gonna work out very well for them. This is gonna shake up the race entirely.
Oh man, Brandon just called it perfectly right now. He says, "Who knows?" Robert says a lot of things. Can only imagine what he's chirping about in the background right now. Brandon, wow, you can
You
tell
hit
he's
the
been in the
nail on the
booth,
head
huh?
on that one.
You just used my saying. You just used my saying, Brian. You hit the nail on the head there, Brandon.
Well,
Robert
now
is leaving the booth. He is the fat lady is sung. It's all right. We'll get you everybody up here. We'll have the cleanest cameras right now. We're getting that spot filled in right now. Don't worry.
the what?
The cleanest cameras out here. What'd you think I said?
Why? Well, I'm just trying to figure out why you call them that.
They're clean cameras. They're nice. Like it's clean and nice. You know.
Oh, clean and nice.
Yeah.
I thought you said Cletus cameras like Cletus McFarland.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is back out in the air. Chase Loveland leads us back down to turn one. I'm going to have a laugh attack.
Again, confused in the booth, but not confused about this race. We got Jason there trying to get 3 wide. Oh no!
Oh no, Jason
Oh,
Fitz
there he
her.
goes. In the grass.
Oh no.
Right side of that truck is
All right.
toast.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This guy has the worst luck I might have ever seen. He this seems like a very common occurrence for him during these races where he just gets caught up in something at some point after leading a bunch of laps.
Yeah, I mean, it took 3 wide underneath. I
52
think it was
David
underneath
Boyle.
52, yeah.
Yeah.
And the good news is he's got a fast repair to use if he wants to, which he may want to because the right front of that truck's pretty destroyed there. But he's got pace. Shouldn't be. Well, he's going to be kind of pushing it actually. 20th right now, with less than 30 to go.
It's a long way to go, that's for sure. And you can see they're pulling out of the grass, but whew, that's unfortunate for the 5. Now the interesting thing is, Loveland decides to pit now. Oh, that's an interesting call. You know, we only really went one corner. You know, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't
I
think
think I
they
might
would
have
put it
I would
there,
have
but
waited. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, because my thing is, if the way cautions have been playing out here tonight, I would think we can get another caution here within the next 10 to 15 laps.
oh, I think we may see 2 or 3 cautions. Um, so yeah, I'd be staying out as much as possible.
Yeah, because my biggest thing now is he loses all his track position. You know, he's gonna lose so much now. Now Trevor Earhart up to the first position. You know, he's sitting in the position that James Lovell was in. I think they made the right call in his seat there, as I think him and Nick Alves are the only 2 now up front on the older set of tires.
Yes, you would be correct.
Someone says out there, dang, Trevor moved on up. Yes, he did. He's leading this race. So got Trevor Earhart out front now on a little bit older tires for this 25, but I think he's made the right strategy call here because I think we're going to continue to see a few cautions here. Brandon out in chat. He's enjoying the commentary. Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate it, buddy. And they say that new paint job is slick. It is pretty slick. I gotta say the 25's paint job is slick. That's
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
the teal. Teal's
Yeah,
nice.
I'm a big fan of teal. You know, just always have been, and it looks good on that car. Robert's asking, I have been. Yeah, I've been a big fan of teal. I'm a Hornets fan. Yeah. Buzz City, baby.
Big fan.
Big fan. Big fan. If anybody didn't know, I say big fan a lot. It's like a saying of mine, so just a big fan. But I tell you what, now it's gonna get down pretty interesting here. It's we got about 25 to go and we cross the line. Yeah, next time I will have 25 to go, Brian. Where is Jason Finsler exactly? He's in the 20th position at the moment. So he has got a lot of work to do. And guess what? We've had a lot of incidences. So that's just another chance for him to get caught up in something possibly.
That's true. The thing we've kind of neglected to remember is that whole 10x deal. That could be coming into play for some of these guys here.
Yeah, that's very true, man. I kind of forgot about that. So that could definitely be something we see play out here at the end of this race. If you guys get in trouble with that incident limit, looks like we're gearing to go back green flag racing, as I'm a big fan of that. Green flag back out in the air. Trevor Earhart going to lead us down to turn one here. Side by side now, Nick Alves in the 84, Ian Baker trying to make those tires work in that 88. He's going to get past that 24 and slide himself up into the second position. Now to the back bumper of Trevor Earhart out front. Can the 88 make something happen as he goes to the inside, down the back straightaway? Here we go to 3 and 4. Great battle for the lead. Ian Baker going to make that bottom work as Trevor Earhart way up the racetrack comes back down. He's going to secure second, but Ian Baker to the front.
Yep, new tires makes that pretty easy, as Mike there in 74 going to get around the 24. As the 94 tries to get second on the 25 here.
Yeah, and I think I brought this up last week at Bristol. You know, Sean Hustetler, he ran. Oh, wow, look back here. Jason Finsler making big moves back here in the 5 truck, trying to get around these guys. He's got James Loveland directly behind him, too. But a lot of movement back here in this field. Sean Hustetler now making the pass for second up front, too. But I got to say, Sean Hustetler coming in points second tonight in that 94. He usually closes the races pretty well. He can run somewhere from 3rd to 6th all night, and then all of a sudden you'll see him. He'll be contending for the win at the end of these races. And I think that's something the 94 has shown each and every week. And right now he's up to 2nd. So we'll see what Sean Hustetler can do. But look at this battle with James Loveland trying to get past Tony Barton, the 13 to 91. Directly in front of Jason Finsler. Oh, and they're coming through traffic. This is getting dicey back here with the 5.
7 almost into the back of the 22 there. Got a little close on exit. It's getting dicey.
Yeah, with 22 to go. If this thing goes green to the end, it's going to be tough for these guys to catch up, I believe, in these in their position. And oh, my goodness gracious, with the 31, the 91 on Lance Durham, they're coming off a 2. So close between that 56 and that 5 there with these trucks they're getting around at the moment. And that could possibly be the battle for the win right there between these two, too. So coming through traffic, if they could, march up here with new tires and see what they can do. But oh no, we were riding on board there with, I believe, was that the 13? Looks like Justin Stunnard there in the 33 involved in this incident here on the racetrack, bringing our 10th caution of the night. Looks like they had a similar incident to what he had earlier on this track, as we'll go back on the Freaky Fast replay as we were right on board with the 13.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the 33 just trying to close that hole, but not clearing that 33, and he's just going to turn himself right directly into that wall. And
that happened to the same dudes earlier, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe it actually was, it was the 24 and the 33, but it was the 33 definitely of Justice Stunnard who had that incident twice now.
Oh, I thought it was the 33 and 13 for some reason. Either way.
Yeah, pretty similar though. Still similar incident. So yeah, it's definitely unfortunate to see, especially Justice Stunnard now out of the race. Sometimes you can just make a misjudgment call like that and put yourself in the situation. So you're depending a lot on your spotters, and sometimes it just goes wrong. Got some interesting.
Almost got faked out by the 88.
Yeah, he put me on skates. There's Trevor Earhart there's going to hit pit road. So is Nick Alves, and I believe also is that the 5 of Jason Finsler is going to hit pit road again.
Interesting. I wonder if he didn't take tires when he got his truck repaired, or maybe he's going to decide to take his fast repair now because he didn't before.
We'll see here as he comes into pits. I'm watching his truck.
Or
No fast spare,
maybe,
but just putting tires on, putting that last set of tires on this truck.
yeah, possibly could have, maybe when he came to get his truck fixed after his wreck, maybe he just didn't take tires, try to just to make sure he had enough time to fix all that damage. And
Yeah, it's the only thing I
so
can
maybe he's
imagine too,
taking
man.
tires now, which I mean, if that's the case, then he's going to be really really quick now. To me, I think that's the only reason why he would give up those positions that he worked so hard to get back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here too, man. And we got Brandon Kyle out there. He says, "You know what else? You know what makes a lot of wind? Big fan." So now I'm a meme. I look, me and
uh,
Brandon have become memes on Tuesday nights. So
Freaky memes.
yeah, freaky memes out here. Where they get to make good fun of us. Just like last night, we had the Kool-Aid man go through the wall, screaming, "Oh yeah,
Was it a safer barrier?
yeah!" It was. He broke right through
Okay,
it.
so it wasn't quite as bad of a hit for him.
Yeah, no, he got through it well. I mean, he might have had a slight concussion, but he was able to say, "Oh yeah." Looks like we'll have 17 laps. So this next time by, so I believe when we go green, maybe 15 to go, possibly 16 to go when we take that green flag, and
Hmm.
that's not a lot of time for that five if it does go green.
No, yeah, I think I mean even if you do get one or two cautions, well, really ideally you maybe get one caution after he picks up about 15 positions, which you're talking about more than a position a lap at that point. You know, even if we go green to the end, he's got to, on average, probably be about 1.3, 1.4 position gains a lap, which is really, really tough to do, especially at New Hampshire.
Tough place to pass. It's going to get wild though down to the very end here. Got Ian Baker leading. Yeah, so it'll be 16 to go. We take the green flag as the pace truck lights are out this time. We'll get ready to go back green flag racing. Got the 94 and 88 Ian Baker out here with Sean Husteller on his outside. The 74 Mike Aiello Jr., Kevin Orlando Jr. there on the fourth place position. Christopher Heights in fifth. So Matt Job sixth. I mean, there's a lot of guys who have used a lot of misfortune for other guys to get in these great positions right now. We'll see if anybody can take advantage of that here as the pace truck should get ready to take that hard left-hand turn down the pit road, and we'll get ready to go back. Green flag racing is the flag. Green flag is out in the air. The 88 Union Baker will lead us down to turn one. Let's see how it all shakes out in these final 16 laps here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
74 sent a little too deep on entry, but recovered nicely, battling a 27. Mike and Kevin going at it for third. And behind them, little
Looks like
double
Nate
wide action
Morris.
there.
Yeah, Nate Morris trying to work the bottom. Remember, Nate Morris involved in two incidents is now starting to get back into the picture a little bit here as he'll slide past Christopher Heights. I think that'll be for a top five position. Yes, it will. Nate Morris, the fifth here, as to see how All Stars playing out. I tell you what, the five behind all this is driving through the field right now. The five of Jason Finsler here.
Oh, Cracker Barrel in the wall.
Oh, Cracker Barrel is in the wall. That's the 20 of Carl Cooks. Here comes the 5 of Jason Finsler by them. And I believe that'll already put him up to the 12th position here with 15 to go. If he gets a truck a lap here, he can still do this.
Yeah, those first trucks that he
it's right in
passed,
front of him.
46. Close call. They used the wall to help him save it. But the further this five truck makes it through the field, the harder it is to pass these guys up in the front. Going a little bit quicker than those guys in the back.
Oh, yeah, Jason sends it in there, making the pass on the 7. Brett Summers. Here comes Brett Summers back to the bottom. I think the 5 should power off the top here. As he'll be trying to get Christopher Heights this time by here. And I believe this will put him up to the 8th position once he makes this pass on the 21. Now, yeah, up to 8th, directly behind James Loveland and the 89 of Matt Job.
He is on pace to get to the lead. Position-wise, time-wise, I think it may come up just a little bit short.
Yeah, because the more trucks he catches, the harder this is going to get, in my opinion. The more of them
Yeah,
he
and the
catches.
further away Ian Baker gets too.
There's him. There he goes on the 56 of James Loveland, trying to make that bottom work. Looks like he's actually going to get the power off that mid line. Here comes the 56 fighting back on the outside, side by side down the straightaway, but I think he'll get to the inside of Matt Job here now too, and also try to go for the sixth position as they're battling for fourth ahead of him. Looks like Nate Morris and Kevin Orlando Jr. This is going to help him too with these two battling in front of him. He'll get to him quicker, and if he can get by, either one of these guys seamless, this will give him a good bit of time to possibly run down that leader. Only 2.5 seconds back right now. Look at this, straight down the back straightaway. 22 of Nate Morris, Kevin Orlando Jr. battling Jason Finsler. They're directly behind, trying to make something happen, but at the same time, if these guys run side by side for this long, he's going to get stuck behind them unless he sticks it 3 wide.
Yeah, I think he's got to do something here. Maybe in one and try to figure out something for 3, but he's wasting a lot of time just riding behind these 2 guys.
Oh, and he sticks the nose. Can he make it work? The 22 gets the run off. Here comes the 27 around the outside. Yeah, this is definitely holding him up. This is what Ian Baker definitely is going to want to see, because this 5 is definitely on a warpath.
Should be able to clear the 27 here. Gets a good exit. He does, so that'll make it a little bit easier past this 22. Set him up from 1 and 2 for a pass in 3 and 4. Azuli gets a little shove to the back.
A little bit of a bump. Yeah, now he's going to try to work over Nate Morris. This will be for the 4th position. You see James Loveland behind him trying to work over Kevin Orlando Jr. Here goes the 5 of Jason Finsler. He's going to slide up the racetrack up to the 4th position now, but he's more than 3 seconds back from Ian Baker. I tell you what, that's not going to be enough time, in my opinion, Brian. He's going to need something to happen here to help him out caution-wise.
Yeah, he definitely needs a caution right now, because while he's, since we started watching him, 12th, 14th, all that, he's been consistently 3 seconds behind the leader. So making positions, but not making up time.
Yes, sir. There it is, looking at 94. Sean Hustler running in the 2nd position. He's got the 74, Mike Ayala Jr. directly behind, who is starting to get the pressure from that 5 truck. Man, oh man, he's trying to do his best here to get up as many positions. Right now, that puts him up to the top 3, directly ahead of that 74. The 5 is surging to the front here with 7 to go. Next on the list will be Sean Hustler. And I tell you what, he's going to have to get him pretty quickly and then hope for Ian Baker possibly to make a mistake. And I tell you what, this track's easy to make a mistake, though, Brian, and give up a lot of time.
Easily, especially when you're trying to drive perfect and you got a guy that's chasing you down hard. Gets in your head a little bit. You pull up that F3 black box, the relative, and you start looking at it too much.
Side by side here.
Last time by, 3/10 quicker.
Yeah, he was. Made the pass look pretty easy there. Now, what can he do at open track here? Is will be coming to 5 to go this time for leader Ian Baker, winner at last time at Texas in that 88 truck. Definitely trying to get him a victory here. That was 4/10 last time by, Brian. I tell you what, with 5 to go, he's going to get close to definitely making a move here.
He's already cut a second out of that lead since 2-3 laps ago, so definitely on pace to get to the bumper. But getting to the bumper doesn't win you the race.
That it does not. We'll have to see here. 4 to go. How much does he gain this time? Ooh, another 3/10. Don't know if that's going to be enough here with 4 to go. It's going to get him close. The thing is, the bigger he gets in the mirror of that 88, the more that 88 could slip up and definitely overdrive this truck. So we could see it come down to this very final lap here. What we'll have to see is the 88 trying to hold on here. Ian Baker trying to fight off the 5 of Jason Finsler as it becomes a 3 to go. See what the lap time difference here is as they cross the line.
Oh, that's not going to help.
Yeah, I think Finsler to the outside wall only gained a 10th there because of that outside wall hit there. Ooh, a little slide for the 88 of Ian Baker off of 2 there. He's going to lose a little bit of time with that as they go down to 3 and 4. But it'll be coming to 2 to go. He's going to need a mistake from that 88. And I think that's what the 88 needs to keep in his mind right now, Brian, is no mistakes and he wins this race.
Yeah, he doesn't have to hold pace to the 5. It's only 2 laps to go. You've got a 1.7 lead. You only went half a tenth slower, so all you got to do is just keep doing what you're doing. He's consistently running 31.54s, 31.55s. Just do that 2 more times, and you're in victory lane.
Yes, sir. We'll have to see how he can do it here as he works through 3 and 4 for the penultimate time here tonight at the Underdog Racing League. Ian Baker coming off of 4. He's going to see the white flag in the air. Going to have a decent-sized gap. Just going to need to make it one more time around for 1 mile here to pull off the victory here tonight as they go through 1 and 2. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough time for that 5 of Jason Finsler as the 88 exits off of 2 down the back straightaway for the last time tonight. Going to need to make a smooth, solid 3 and 4 here, no mistakes, and this 88 of Ian Baker will be your winner as he slides it down into 3 and 4, running through that middle lane here. He'll come off of turn 4 this time, and Ian Baker will be a 2-time winner here this season at the Underdog Racing League.
Well, how about that? What a race.
Great race, and also Nate Morris getting up to the 3rd position on that last lap, I believe.
Yeah, where did he come from?
Oh, he got there a few more laps before that, so. But yeah, he drove up through the field there at the end, too. So great job from everybody there. Ian Baker pulling off the victory in the 88 machine. And Jason Finsler just coming up a little bit short, man. Getting a little bit of bad luck there, getting caught up in that incident. So, tell you what, though, he had a heck of a drive there to get back in that 5. So we'll see the 88 pull it here on the front straightaway and do himself a little bit of celebrating in that 88 machine. Ian Baker, your winner here tonight at the Underdog Racing League. We will be back in 1 moment, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get talking here with our top 3 finishers. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our post-race interviews as we got our top 3 finishers here tonight at the Underdog Racing League. And we will get a chat in with these top 3 finishers at Nate Morris, Jason Finsler, and Ian Baker. So let's hear what Nate Morris has to say first about his top 3 finish here tonight in the Truck Series. Hey, Nate, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing great, Nate. Well, man, I tell you what, great rebound there for you tonight. You know, you started in that 3rd position, but from pretty much the onset of the race there, you know, you got in a few little incidents there, you know, and just got caught up in a few things that set you back, but you were able to drive back to 3rd. How did you pull that off?
It was a long race. There's a lot of opportunities for me to get track position back there, but it seems like I had to pass the whole field like 3 times, but just got a late 25 lap green flag run there and was able to knock off a few more cars.
Yeah, we've seen a few incidents here tonight where guys just losing the rear end on the beginning of the corner. We were talking about it a little bit up here. We definitely could tell you guys were shifting. Could you put it up to that shifting, just a little mistake under shifting, or some brake bias changes that we're seeing a few guys step out the rear end on the entry there?
Yeah, I was definitely shifting that. One time, I think I lost it going into turn one. I just threw it into third gear just a little too soon, and the freaking rear wheels walked up on me. And at that point, I was just along for the ride.
Yeah, it's something I think we definitely seen a few times here tonight, man. But I tell you what, great rebound for yourself to pull it back to the third position at a 22 truck. Congrats on that tonight. Anybody wants to send a shout out to before we let you go, man?
Just a shout out to this league. Everybody in this league is a good group of guys to race with. So, yeah, just shout out to Underdog.
Awesome stuff, Nate. Well, man, congrats on third here tonight, and we will catch you next week.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep, you have a great night, buddy. All right, that was Nate Morris, your third finisher here, or third place finisher here tonight. But now we'll move on to the dominant truck, possibly of really a couple races here this season. Just not able to pull off the victory here tonight after getting caught up in an incident. We'll pull up Jason Finsler and see what his thoughts are on second here tonight. Hey, Jason, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy? Hey, Jason, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
10-4, you got.
Yeah, I got you now, Jason. Man, I'll tell you what. Unfortunate tonight for yourself, man. But I mean, it's good to see you rebound this back to second, because I tell you what, that truck had some pace in it tonight for yourself. I mean, we've seen it multiple times this season where the 5 has just shown such good pace throughout the races, and just unfortunately had a few little hiccups here and there to not allow you to win it here tonight. But man, I tell you what, it's got to feel good to have the pace you had here tonight. But I'm sure you would have wanted to pull out that victory here.
Kind of got marred back, pitched. Probably shouldn't have made it 3 wide, but to rebound a second, good point.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're breaking up a little bit for us, Jason. I caught a little bit of that, but yeah, man, unfortunate that you couldn't get back to the first position area. Was able to get back to second. You came in here with the points lead tonight. That's a big picture thing too. So you got your points back. Had a good stage finish also. We head into Phoenix next week, so another short style track. Do you think you can carry the speed from New Hampshire here to Phoenix Raceway?
We're still trying to.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we can hear you very well, Jason. Unfortunate there. I think having a little bit of issue here in Jason, but congrats to him on second place here tonight, and we will catch him next week, as I believe having a little bit of issues there breaking up. So sorry about that, Jason. Hopefully we'll get that figured out for next time in for his second place finish. But we'll go ahead and pull up our race winner here for Ian Baker. Hey, Ian, it's Zach up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got.
Well, congrats on your second victory here this season, man. After winning Texas, you're able to pull off New Hampshire here tonight. I got to ask you, how does that feel, first of all?
It feels great. It's tough. Jason was fast. We just got caught up in an incident there. Me and him had making it 3 wide. I shouldn't have done that, but unfortunate for him. And yeah, we just stayed in the lead and try not to get loose and wreck and everything like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, coming down to the very end there, we seen the 5 of Jason charging through the field. He got to that second position, and he ran a few lap times there, about 4/10 quicker than you to go, with about 5 to go, about 2 seconds back. How do you keep calm, in those situations where you see the 5 definitely coming at, up to your back bumper? Well, not up to your back bumper, but getting, bigger in the rearview mirror and in the time difference. How do you not make a mistake here? Because we know this track's super easy to get loose and mess up.
Just staying consistent. If you can stay consistent and make good lap times that you're not losing too much time, you're just fine. You should be able to stay up front. Just stay calm and be consistent.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, you definitely did that. You stayed calm and consistent there down to the very end and didn't allow that 5 truck to close in anymore because you were able to pull off the victory here tonight. We head off to Phoenix next week, another short track style track. Do you think you can bring anything here from New Hampshire to Phoenix?
Yeah, I like Phoenix. We'll see what happens.
Well, we'll have to see if you can go there and pull off your 3rd victory as you got your 2nd here tonight. So another great run for yourself in the 88, buddy. Well, congrats on that. Anybody want to send a shout out to you for this victory here tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting and making a great broadcast, and Justin for being the league leader and putting all this together.
Well, buddy, congrats on your win here tonight. We'll catch you next week in Phoenix, and you have a great night.
You too.
All right, that was Ian Baker, your first place finisher here tonight in that 88 machine, pulling off his 2nd victory of the season. So, 2nd 2-time winner behind James Loveland throughout this season. It's been a fantastic season so far through the races we have completed here. So, 5th race for us here, Freaky Fast 6th race for the Underdog Racing League for their season, but it's been great so far. As we'll go ahead and pull up our race results here. As you see Ian Baker bringing home that victory. 2nd's going to go to Jason Finsler. 3rd place is the 22 and Nate Morris. 4th is going to be Trevor Earhart. 5th, Sean Huffstutler. 6th is going to go to James Loveland. 7th position there is the Mike Aiello Jr. in the 74. 8th is Kevin Orlando Jr. 9th, Matt Job. 10th will go to Lance Durham. 11th place is going to go to Nick Alves. 12th, Brett Somers. 13th, John Magner. 14th is Dylan Walshman. 15th, Scott Kerberg. 16th, Jake Williams. 17th, Carl Kooks. 18th, David Bowell. 19th is Dennis Steele. 20th, Christopher Heights. 21st, Tony Bard. 22nd, Parker Johnston. 23rd, Justin Stunnard. And I tell you what, rounding out your field, 24th is Eddie Wildermuth, as that is our race results here tonight from the Underdog Racing League here at New Hampshire. What a great race. A lot of incidences, a lot of beating and banging, and a lot of simple, easy mistakes to make here at this track. That is pretty tough. They call the Magic Mile. But, Brian, what's your takeaways here for tonight? Joining us up in the booth, man. It was a pleasure. I believe he may be asleep, but so Brian, I think he had a good time. I think he had so much good time that he has disappeared. So thank you to him for being up in the booth here tonight. It was a pleasure. I had a great time calling tonight's race, and now we'll send it up to Robert Moyer Jr. himself to close out tonight's broadcast.
That is correct. I'd like to say thank you, Zach. Thank you, Brian, for coming up in the booth. Old times, man. Felt really great listening to you guys. Hopefully everybody out there enjoyed the commentating. But, well, guess what? We're going to be off for the rest of the week here. Thursday and Friday is our off night. Saturday is going to be our off night. And then we start our double header with Global Racing League at 12:20, and then we got an Adrenaline iRacing League Sunday nights 6 p.m. as they got the 500K Daytona International race opening up their season, and then we got a full-blown schedule Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So until then, I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in out there, and we will catch everybody in the next broadcast. Be safe this weekend, and we'll catch you then. Until then, God bless everybody. We love you all. Peace out.
Adios.